So I found it really interesting that a lot of the folks from Pixar went to Scotland on research trips to do research for this film and look at things and touch things and go around. Did that strike either of you as funny?
Well,
and how much research do you think was accomplished?
I don't know. I researched. My research trip to Scotland was about 25 years long, but I wasn't invited in any of the Pixar ones. I don't know what research they were doing. You're saying it like it's corrupt.
Well, suspicious.
They're allowed to spend their own money on what they want to do.
Right, but I mean, you go to the moon for research, but I mean, Scotland, that's like, that's a party.
It's an unusual place. Have you ever been to Scotland?
I haven't.
Well, maybe you should do some research.
Yeah, you should go.
Maybe you should go.
They'll invite me on the next one. So you just had the show in Scotland.
I did.
Recently, and you have your record of traditional Scottish music, correct? So do you feel any sort of extra weight of the responsibility of being the true Scotsman in this Scottish film made by Americans?
You're not allowed to be more Scottish than anyone else in Scotland if you're Scottish.
I know.
So we're as Scottish as anyone else from Scotland, but no more.
That's right.
Don't get ideas you're more Scottish.
Don't get above your station.
Don't you start thinking you're more Scottish than us, because you're not.
That's right. You live in California.
That's right. So you're not Scottish at all.
You lose a few of your bargaining chips.
Yeah, absolutely.
Did you find there were opportunities in doing the voice work to throw in 2 cents, as it were, and say, maybe we'd say it a little differently
Pixar
here?
Were fantastic that way. Every time they give you a line, they said, "We've written this, but if you can think of a different way," they were just brilliant.
Yeah, they are.
Letting you just
really
kind of roll with whatever you wanted.
You mean that you're there anyway, so you give them the lines that they've written, but you give them the versions and different, and then they make the choice later on. And as I watched the film, I was waiting to see, oh, that's mine, and writing it down and asking for money.
Check. Now I understand one of the 2 characters that you do. Me watching the film, I was thinking like, oh, this is like Boomhauer in King of the Hill, where but that's an actual dialect that, much like Boomhauer's is in Texas, probably. Right. That's a real dialect that you're doing.
Yeah. It's actually a dialect called the Doric, which is this locale is my home area, which is the northeast. My grandfather spoke it really, really fluently, and a lot of people still speak it up there. And they wanted me to do young MacGuffin as this unintelligible, thick accented sort of buffoon, and I said, well, I know we could do the Doric, and it worked out really well. And it ended. What I liked about it was it actually is real as opposed to just a made up nonsense language. Yeah.
Although I'm from the southwest of Scotland, and to me the Doric is a made up nonsense language.
It's Cockney rhyming slang of Scotland. Yeah, so when you guys are looking at the international box office for this movie, you'll see a little spike in that little area with Doric.
Oh yeah, there's gonna be an uptick in tourism in Aberdeen.
Do you have a cinema up there? That'll get me hung in the northeast of Scotland.
That's brilliant. Right.